Yo, it's your girl, TMS Illinois, checking in for the one time, y'all. Good grief and good morning. Yes. Good grief and good morning, y'all. We are going to talk about rest today. That is what we're going to talk about today. Um, I'm happy to be here. Last week I ended up canceling the show, but we are continuing on today. So let's just clap it up. We're gonna go ahead and get into this thing. Are you liking the page? Are you following the page? Tell a friend to tell a friend. The Good Grief Morning Show is on. The Good Grief Morning Show is on. And we're gonna get right into it. I really don't plan on holding you long because we want to get through this day. A lot going on today, and I say that pretty much like every week. I'm not gonna be on here long, and then it seemed like I'll be on here long. That's what it be seeming like. So today, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to keep some order here, and I'm not gonna be before you long. But tell a friend to tell a friend. The Good Grief Morning Show is on.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the show. Tears, Miss Illinois. Brand new flavor in here. Good grief, if you will.
When I wake in the morning, gotta send a prayer up. It's a blessing just to be here. No, I don't believe in luck. New house, new whip, newborn, that's cute. 5 kids, 3 in school. Without God, I'll be a fool. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying that it costs to be the boss. Sip my coffee, put my feet up, do some projects and get lost. Life is a gift, and I'm just trying to live and laugh and love and learn and forget. Hey. To the pip house. Good grief, y'all, and good morning.
Good grief and good morning. Oh, that is so good. Lord, that is so good, y'all. It's been, it has been an emotional, draining week or two. Good grief and good morning, Wayne. No, why intro banging. Thank you for creating that for me. Thank you. Good morning. Can you hear me? Okay, everything's all right. I was over here fidgeting with some sound. Please let me know. I may upgrade my equipment. But in the meantime, in between time, I need to make sure that you can hear me. Am I good? Just please let me know. Don't have me talking and I'm in and out or something and y'all can't hear me. I'm all good. Okay, excellent. I was trying to think about what I was going to talk about today as I canceled last week because I was just pressing. And I just was like, you know what? I ain't gonna be able to do it. And then this morning, good morning to Billy. What's up, fam? Good morning. Enjoy your day. Thank you for tuning in. This is my main man's Billy on. This is like family here. We've known each other forever. And it's just good to see that you tuned in this morning, man. So thank you. We are talking about rest today. I was trying to figure out what it is that I wanted to talk about because I was down, y'all. When I say I was down. And so shout out to my husband and shout out to my daughter, my oldest daughter, Takia. who had been cooking and helping, because like I start feeling myself going down. And I mean, oh man, what you press. And then my husband, I say shout out to my husband. He let me literally spend an entire day in bed, an entire day. I think I got up maybe once or twice, and that was just to use the bathroom. Other than that, I didn't have to lift a finger. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to do anything. I could barely do anything anyway, because just being so weak in the body and just so weak. So I just want to say thank you to Wayne No Why Wilson for allowing me that, because my God. Oh, shout out to my girl Azure. Good morning, Azure. We talking about rest, friend. I was down for the count, child. I was down, Azure. I was down. I was asking God to have mercy on me. I said, Lord, please have mercy, God. Please have mercy. Please have mercy, Lord, on me. And so he heard me, but I still was down. And I was like, Lord, I don't like feeling like this, but things happen. And it's not always physical. Sometimes your mind, you got so much on your mind that could break you down too. And I tell you, I was broken down like a fraction. My bad, I disappeared there for a minute. Y'all, I was broken down like a fraction. And it wasn't even just physical. Mentally, I was looking at my memories. And I was looking at my memories and I was like, man, me and my husband, we 3-year homeowners, looking at the memories of the photos and being reminded of how we even got blessed with this house. It was nothing but God's favor and his grace and his mercy on us. We really upgraded tremendously from our 2-bedroom apartment that we were in, being upgraded to this big house that God blessed us with. And then months after moving into our home, my father having to move in with us as I became his caregiver. So caregiver, but then it's like God, he knew. And so the testimony, the transition from our apartment into this home, it was almost like unbelievable. Like there was no way. It was a miracle. Honest to God, it was just a miracle and favor. And then it be revealed that's why, or one of the reasons why. Your father's going to need a space, and you're going to need to be upgraded, and you're going to have to take care of him. Little do you know. So I'm going to go ahead and set y'all up right now for the transition that's coming. Good morning, my coffee sister. Thank you for tuning in, girl. Thank you for tuning in. Even getting with you, girl. I was supposed to say I got back with you, girl. That was just starting my decline, girl. I was hanging in there, but my girl Azure say, I'm experiencing emotional exhaustion today, friend. Yeah, I hear you. Emotional. And that's more brutal to me sometimes. I know everybody got their own opinion, but that emotional exhaustion is almost worse than physical, because it's like physical, you can heal. You can heal from that, especially if you're tough and you're a fighter. But that's the emotional, that's on the inside. And that is it's much deeper to me. Amen. That's much deeper and tougher to shake, that emotional exhaustion. And so that was literally the start of my decline. Emotional exhaustion. Looking at the memories, and then my dad having to move in here. And then it was like, man, when he died, I didn't even realize. I'm looking at these memories. I didn't even realize that when he passed away, so the day he passed was July 17th of 2022. And then it was July 29th or the 30th. I need to look. 29th to the 30th was the day of his funeral. Well, the 29th to the 30th, that was our 1 year home anniversary. It was the 29th. So our 1 year home anniversary was also the day of my father's funeral. I didn't even calculate it up or anything like that. And so looking at the timeline, they started draining me. Good morning to my best friend. Thank you for tuning in, OG Lola. This is her birthday month, period. She's going to kick it off for the Virgos. Good grief and good morning. This is your month, friend. This is your month, okay? The whole month is your month. Good morning to Erica Easy, baby. Y'all tuning in. Thank y'all. Good grief and good morning. And the thing. To think I was pressing my way for this show. I wasn't going to cancel because I canceled last week, but I was like, maybe I do it late. I don't know what I was thinking, but that's the whole emotional exhaustion that my girl Azure up here mentioned. Emotional exhaustion. Y'all know what that feels like? Does anybody in the house just know what it feels to be emotionally exhausted? And so I'm looking at the stuff, and it was like, man, right after my father passed, we had to get these kids registered for school. It's time to get registration going. It's time to shop for back to school clothes and supplies. And it's time to keep going. Though there's no time to stop because life is going to keep going. And so, all that at some point, it can start taking a toll on you because even now, it's been 2 years and there's just other things that's, it's being juggled with throughout the time. So even OG says she definitely know how it feels. Girl, it's draining. Emotional exhaustion will make you just not want to do nothing. Like nothing. It can handicap you. And I was definitely handicapped. Even with the back to school, my oldest daughter, shout out to my oldest, Takia, who's leaving for college in a matter of weeks. I'm going to get her on the morning show before she leaves, but to watch her clear her room out and get things together and put in boxes, and she's giving her little sisters things, and it's like, it's so emotional even for her. It's so emotional. And for me, that's my baby. Like, we grew up together almost, and I was that 16-year-old mom. I was the 16-year-old mom. So I was young. I didn't want to be a statistic, though. I didn't want to be the 16-year-old mom who got to depend on their parents to, do everything for them and raise the kid. And I wanted to be responsible. I looked at it like, I chose to do what I did to have this as a result, and I have to step up and do what I got to do to take care of my baby. Congrats, Takia. Do your big one, pretty girl. She gonna do her big one, Jay. I say, gee, she gonna do her big one. She already doing it. And that's emotionally draining because the girl is 18 years old. I took her to a doctor's appointment, y'all, last week. We had went in to, just get some things going, and they were like, so what brings you in today? I immediately start talking like, we just want to get checked up and yada, 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 leaving away. And then the lady was like, I'm sorry, ma'am. She's 18. So like we gonna need her to tell us. And immediately I was offended because what? Like, this is my daughter. Immediately I was offended because who was you talking to? But I had to realize the girl is 18. She can speak for herself, but I'm so used to speaking, on her behalf, doctor's appointments or just, whatever conferences. I'm the spokesperson, and now I'm not the spokesperson. They make me take a step back. I took her to go get like, her ID and stuff. And they didn't let me come in with her. They made me have to wait in the car. And I didn't know how to process that. Because what you mean I gotta wait in the car? What you mean I can't come in? Good morning to my main mans. We got a Hugh in the Good morning, man. Good grief and good morning. Thank you for tuning in to the Good Grief Morning Show. You know what I'm saying? How dare them? How dare them? Good morning, beautiful. Thank you for tuning in. But do you understand? My heart was crushed. I was literally offended. Like, I shouldn't be, but I was offended that I cannot speak on her behalf. I was offended that I can't be by her side. I was offended that I just explained to y'all why we're here, and y'all made me be quiet. That is emotional. Can you imagine? Gee, you better wait in the car. You hear what I'm saying? Because who got to wait in the car? Who? Gee, they made me wait in the car. They said you were 18. I couldn't come in. These are the things that you don't think about it now. But your time is coming. The day you take Moo somewhere and they tell you're not welcome in with them. You're going to be like, what? Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to the Good Grief. Love Sanders is in the building. Thank you for tuning in. Good morning, beautiful. And I would have been too. Handle me with grace. Please handle me with grace. He didn't have no empathy. He didn't have no empathy. He said, you're 18, so you're not going to be able to come in if you want to go ahead and wait in the car. What if we Ubered? Then what? That's emotional. I knocked all this over. I wouldn't have been able to knock nothing over, friend, because they didn't let me in. Friend, they didn't even let me in. They didn't let me in. We were still standing outside. I could have kicked over that sign that said, do you have an appointment? Because I did think about it. I did think about kicking that sign. I did. But I didn't want to be embarrassing. I didn't want to do that. But who was you talking to waiting in the car? What if my AC didn't work? Thank God it did, because I was in the car for 30, 45 minutes. But what if? And so that's emotional. Wait in the car. What? And so she's growing up and she's able to do her own thing and make her own choices. And that's deep for me because all her life I've been doing that. Like I said, we grew up together. I was 16. Good grief and good morning. Are y'all following the page? Can y'all check and see if you have liked the page? Because a lot of y'all be tuned in and y'all ain't even liked it. And I ain't calling nobody out or nothing because it ain't that deep. But I would love if you just took a second and like the page. I'm trying to get my likes up. And I would appreciate if y'all help me do that. Good grief and good morning, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get right into my topic of rest and why I came up with this because of the whole emotional exhaustion, the physical exhaustion, and something for me needing to work on is delegating. I suck at that sometimes, y'all. You know, sometimes you got to examine yourself. You got to examine yourself. And she said, that that's me. Mariana, I was so angry. I cussed everybody out. Then sat in my car looking crazy because I had to abide by the rules. Jeez. Not you had to abide by the rules. It's like you can knock all this over, then you still gotta go to the car. Like, gee, it's so emotional, G. You did a wonderful job. Thank you. It's so emotional, man. You gotta abide by the rules. we're gonna get into the topic. But as I was saying, life been life, and I'm still grieving. Like I'm still grieving. You know, I'm handling my grief, um, maybe better than some, but it still hurts. It's been 2 years, and I'm still reminded of things. My daughter's clearing stuff out, and she has her pawpaw gym bag, and she has, like little things of his. It's like when she say things like, "I wish my papa could see this." It's like, yes, I wish he could, because you were the first grandbaby. You were the first of the Mohicans there, and that's why I'm gonna have her on the show, because I really want to talk about her life, and just her life. And it was just such a rocky situation, me being a 16-year-old pregnant girl. I hurt my father's feelings. Like, I hurt that man. I wasn't no hoe out here or nothing. I wasn't no hoe or nothing. I just did something, and something came from that. I got popped. Tia got popped. Tia. I was scared. I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I wasn't proud. I did what I did. A lot of friends, a lot of peers was doing it too. They didn't get popped. Tia got popped. Whoa. What am I gonna do? My life is over. Like, I'm 16, like I'm still in high school. And so she was the start of, that was the most hurt I ever made my dad. Like, I'm the daddy's girl, and I'm 10 toes down, 10 fingers, and whatever else for my dad. And to get pregnant, that hurt him so bad. It just made me feel so bad. It was so much resentment there. He didn't look at me the same or deal with me the same for a little while. But man, when we were able to get through that and heal, he was the best pawpaw to that little girl, and their life was just, pawpaw's girl. And sometimes I used to get jealous because they would plan pawpaw granddaughter dates and stuff, and I wasn't a part of the plan. But, their relationship was that tight. And it's like, we wish you can see these things. So that's why I got Good Grief in the first place. In honor of my father, that's how this was started. But man, the emotional decline. So let's talk about rest. Before I do that, y'all gonna watch this intro because it's a dope intro. My husband made it, okay? Because it's a dope intro. My husband made it, and we're gonna just talk about rest right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the joke. Tia, Miss Illinois. Brand new flavor here. Good grief, if you will.
When I wake in the morning, gotta send a prayer up. It's a blessing just to be here. No, I don't believe in luck. New house, new whip, newborn, that's cute. 5 kids, 3 and 2. Without God, I'll be a fool. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying that it costs to be the boss. Sip my coffee, put my feet up, do some projects and get lost. Life is a gift, and I'm just trying to live and laugh and love and learn and forget. Hey. To the pip house. Good grief, y'all, and good morning.
Good grief and good morning. Jay Pratcher in the building. You look just like mom. Bro, the older I get, the more I realize I'm relating to her more and more. Like I was over there talking to her on Saturday, and we was talking for a while, and I was like, Mom, the older I get, the more things about you I find out in myself, or something like that. Like to know your parents, I feel like helps you to understand yourself. Because you know how you take certain things from your mom, from your dad. That's what makes you you. And so if you have a parent that you don't know, like, if you grew up, you never knew your father, or maybe you were raised by your dad, but you never met your mom. I feel like, in my personal opinion, there's going to be some things about you that you just won't understand, because that piece is missing. And so being up under her, I'm just finding so much more and more about myself that relates to her. So I guess I'll take that as a compliment, because my mama is fine, okay? Hugh says, shout out to Wayne's World Entertainment. Now, Wayne, I gotta tell you now, Hugh, my husband gonna get on you because there's no Y in Wayne, okay? There's Wayne, no Y. Just like in the name, Wayne, no Y. So we're gonna have to edit that. We're gonna have to take that Y out, and then you got the right entertainment company, brother. Then you got the right entertainment company. I just had to, y'all. But now we're gonna talk about rest real quick, okay? Because I was down for the count for a day and a half. I was down for the count. I was emotionally exhausted. I was physically exhausted. Wayne coming in. See, I got you, baby. Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is edit and take the Y out, because there's no Y in Wayne. Don't even worry about it. I got you. You know what I'm saying? We locked. Emotionally, physically, and all the above, y'all. I crashed out. Like I crashed and I crashed hard. Like, man, that was fast. That was fast. See, that's what I'm talking about. But we just clap it. He is quick. We appreciate you, man. We do. We're going to talk about this rest, though, because I was so exhausted. Like, I was trying to keep up. Shout out to all the events and the community events and the private events and the birthdays and the graduations and just shout out to all the stuff going on. And just hold it to people's head and not their hearts when they can't make it. Because my husband and I, it was so many festivals, so many things that we really wanted to pop in, even if we couldn't stay long, just to show face and just to show the love and show the support. But we couldn't, child. I'm down for the count. We were just exhausted, pressing our way. Like, we have a busy house. We have a lot of things that's going on. Like I said, we have an older kid who's moving, and so we're trying to get our house together because there's about to be a shift. There's a transition happening, and we're trying to get rid of old things so we can bring in new things. And the amount of clothes and things to sort, because it's like, now you got back to school. Ain't nobody finna be buying no back to school clothes for 4 of the 5 kids that's going back. Matter of fact, all 5 of the kids need new clothes because the 2-year-old is outgrown everything. We have to clothes shop for 5 kids, and we're not going to bring all that stuff in this house when we got 5 kids got clothes that they have outgrown. Things are too short, or maybe there's a stain on certain things. Maybe this one's she said, likewise, you already know. And if you are a large family like us, we don't got 1 or 2 kids. We got 5, and not even just them, us ourselves. I've been out here getting thick on them. Matter of fact, let me come I've been out here getting thick, and all my life I've been wanting to get thick, and it's happening. And half my clothes I can't wear anymore. I can't wear them. I have some beautiful clothes. I can't get in them. The hips are hipping. Okay, the waste is wasting. I can't get in my clothes. I started getting depressed. I really did. It's a thing. It's a thing. You know, I got some things that I'm being transparent about in my vlog that I'm doing for YouTube. I'm really going to let y'all in on some things that, you know, that's life changing. And yes, Wayne, know why we missed it. We missed Melinda. Sandy Red, we knew she was in town for the community days and we just couldn't make it. And Jenny says, looks like you need to learn how to sew and make clothes at this point. I do know how to sew. Shout out to my Aunt Lucy. And rest in peace. Shout out to Gertrude, Lucille, and Verdi, because that's one thing that we have to learn how to do is sew. And I can do that, but I know how to shop. So I'm not really tripping too much like y'all. I know how to shop. Okay. I love a clearance. And that part is cool. It's just the amount that we have to get. So she said, look like you need to learn. We good. It's just, ain't nobody finna bring all these new clothes in and we got all these old clothes that got to go. She said, Cat and Jack allows returns within a year. Doesn't matter if it's old or new. Target is where it's at. Oh, I didn't know that. That's good to know. Because, girl, my little ones, my boys, oh, they definitely grow out of stuff within a year. Cat and Jack, I see Target is where it's at. And I love Target, but I haven't been to Target in a while. I do pop in when I really want to feel bougie. Yes, I do. So, and I haven't really felt bougie in a while. So I think I might go to just slide on into Target and see what's up. About to get rid of everything. We are at the point we want to get rid of this house. Not the house, literally, but we got so much stuff, y'all, and I really want to have a yard sale, but I don't want everybody knowing where I live. I really don't want everybody. I want to have a yard sale so bad. I want to have a yard sale, y'all. Maybe I'll figure out a nice creative way to do it, but, you know, I don't want everybody knowing where I live, but we have a lot of nice things from just household items to clothes, to shoes. I'm working on something, but I want to get rid of this stuff and I want it gone. That means Wayne is waning. Wayne be waning. Ooh, that was hilarious. Yes, ma'am. They are plugged for the kiddos. I didn't know that. Thank you for putting that out there. So if there's anybody else watching, y'all, she said Cat and Jack allows returns within a year. It don't matter if it's new clothes or old clothes. That brand, Cat and Jack, will take it. Okay, that is so good to know. Because I'm so ready to get rid of everything, y'all. Like spring cleaning, but just a massive summer giveaway because good grief. But the part that I wanted to get to real quick, when you think about rest, what is rest? What is rest? Rest is cease of work or movement in order to relax. It's to refresh oneself. It's to recover strength. Rest, to be placed or supported so as to stay in a specified position, like being held in a spot. There's a couple of different ways you can flip that word rest. Jenny says it's peace. I would agree. It is a period of relaxing or ceasing from engaging in activity. Shante, oh, girl, she said it's restoration. Y'all better come on with the words. Peace, restoration, replenish. All those things is to refrain from labor, refrain, to stop, to be free from anxiety. But to be free from anxiety or disturbance, to sit or to lie, fixed, supported, like it is to be still. Ooh, at the same time, my girl Azure says, to be still. That is something people struggle with. And I'm going to use myself as an example because these last couple of weeks, I have not really been still. Come on now. Yes. I ain't been still. And it's crazy because even Jenny said peace. And then you got Azure says to be still. And then you got the Lord's words is peace, be still. And it's like we don't listen and then we crash. We not listening. And so for me, I had to take it back to the Bible, back to Genesis. On the seventh day, he rested. Genesis, let me pull it up here. I should have put it on here, y'all, but I was trying to just be quick on this thing today because I didn't know how long I was going to be because of the word rest. Currently learning to rest in God. Yes, that's something we have to learn. And sometimes we know, but it'd be hard because we lean on our own understanding when we're not supposed to do that. But that's what makes us human. That's what makes us his children. We're learning. We take it one day at a time. On the seventh day, God ended his work, which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day. He rested. Now, when I was looking into this thing, right? Him resting wasn't because he was so tired. He spoke and things was. So it wasn't that he had to rest because he was so exhausted. He rested because he on that seventh day, because in those 6 days I worked. I created this, I created that, I created this, I did that, I did this, I did that. On this day, I just want to sit back and admire my work. On this day, I just want to sit back and look around. Admire. On this day, I want to take it all in. It's not that he was exhausted and he worked himself to death. It's not that he did that. Sometimes, y'all, we got to sit back and admire the work. Y'all put in all this work all week long. You're making calls and you're making plays and you're networking and you are calling shots and you are setting appointments and you are doing this and you are doing that. When do you take a day to just do everything you said? To be still, to have peace, to replenish. We not doing that. We just work. Let's work hard and hustle hard. That's all we know. But rest. Take some time and admire what you've done and sit back. Maybe that's why he tells us, remember the Sabbath day, keep it holy. Take one day out the week. He just said, remember the Sabbath. He said, remember this day and rest. Take some time. Azure says, Jesus said, come unto me, all ye that labor, I'll give you rest. Matthew 11:28. A lot of us are tired because we rely on our own selves instead of giving it to God and relying on him. That's even mentally, because I've been running my brain ragged with certain things. You can only do what you can do. Sometimes we overthink, we overexhaust, we overwork, and we ain't giving him nothing. And I feel like God be looking at us like, I could help you, but you want to do it on your own. Like, what you want me to do? Jump down and just literally, I think that's sometimes what we want him to do. We want him to just come on down and take it away from us when he said, give it to me. But like, why we have a problem giving it to him? Do we not know how? What is it? Why do we run ourselves so ragged like that? Me, I know the word, I know the Lord, and yet I still ran myself ragged. Took myself out for a day and a half. When I tell you I didn't get out that bed except for twice to use the bathroom, I couldn't do it. My husband held the house down. My daughter held the house down, cooking and all these things because I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And I know the Lord and I know what his word says. And yet I still crashed out. That's not healthy. We do these things to ourselves. Me giving it to God ain't me trying to still figure it out too, because I'm the calculator. I will try to calculate things. I got to make it make sense. If this is on this and if that is on that and this is coming on this, like I have to calculate it. And when it gets to something I can't calculate, I can't put it together. Now I'm razzled up a little bit. I ask God to give me crazy faith. Like, God, give me crazy faith. Faith that's so crazy. I don't care if you look at me like I'm crazy. I don't care. I don't care. I want to rest in him so much that like I look a fool to you. Ooh. Just like Noah was looking a fool to them people building a boat, building an ark in a desert, and people looking at him like he's insane. I want to look like that to people then if it takes me to do what he told me to do. Not caring about how I look. Only caring about what he want me to do. Because me running myself crazy and ragged over things that you trying to figure out and I don't want to do that. I love me. And when I was feeling like I was about to meet my maker, because you just be so tired of your body, I was weak. And I was like, Lord, please have mercy, God, help me. Help me, Lord. I don't want to feel like this. Lord, whatever I need to do to not feel like this, I want to do it. This is what I'm saying. I'm just rolling in the bed like, God, this ain't it. Ain't no way I ran myself this tired just thinking of things and running. And there's easier ways, but my challenge is delegating. I always feel like I have to do certain things and I got people in place to help me and I don't know how to accept that or facilitate it. But that's something that I've been praying on so I can get more rest. People that want to help in certain areas, even me being a caregiver for my mom, like, things get draining. If you ain't never been a caregiver, baby, you don't feel my pain. If you never had to caregive, you don't know the exhaustion that can come behind that, and you do it because you love, whether it's your job, you love your work, or if it's your parent, you love your parent. And they did what they had to do for you. And now it's your turn to do what you got to do for them. And I was like, Lord, I done caregiver for my dad. And then I was there while he transitioned. Now I'm caregiver for my mom. I started praying over my husband. I looked at my husband. I said, I need us to be healthy. I need you to stay healthy. Because I was like, I done took care of my daddy. I done took care of my mama. Lord knows I want you to be able to take care of you. I will do it because I love you. And I vow to be with you through sickness and in health and for rich or for poor. My vows were to do just that. And if I have to do just that, I will. But I said, Lord, allow us to be able-bodied people where we don't have to take care of each other in that type of way. We are healthy enough to stand and wipe our own behinds or shower ourselves, bathe ourselves. We're healthy enough to make our own food. Like, you start praying different when you are caregiver. I told my husband, if I gotta wipe your behind, I will. But same for me. He said, you ain't gonna have to worry about that. I'm just saying, we don't know. Let life be life and things happen. Anything can happen, some type of sickness or accident. You know, I signed up for it and I'm here for the sign up. And I'll do it with love. But same vice versa, Lord. If something happened to me, I don't want to have to roll over and, you know, you got to get with you. But we signed up for this. And I said, Lord, we signed up for that when we are married. We signed up for this. You know, when you stand before God and make a vow that you are going to love somebody through sickness and in health, and for richer or for poor, and to death do you part. You know what you are. You know what you're stepping into. Some people agree to the terms and conditions, but they don't really agree to the terms and conditions. I said, some people agree to the terms and conditions, but they don't really agree to the terms and conditions. So I understand I have to do that for my spouse. But it's like, where in the handbook did it say if your parents get sick, if your another loved one gets sick, this is what you got to do? And the only thing I can think, honor thy father and mother. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise. Honor thy father and mother. So to me, honoring my father would be taking care of him if he needs taken care of. Honoring my mother would be honoring her, doing what I got to do, but I have to find rest in between. There has to be a balance. Somebody out there right now is running themselves thin because you don't have no balance. You don't have a particular structure. You don't have a particular order, and you just moving. It's time to get some order. It's time to put some things into place. If you have a team, if you have a squad, like me and my husband is a household of 7. And when my mama's here, we have an 8-party household. You can't have an 8-party household and have no structure, no times, no, nothing like that. Like right now it's the summertime and kids been up and we've been a little more lax. But as school is getting ready to come back, you have to get back on a ball game. You have to have a dinner time. You have to have play time. You have to have your bath time, your meal time. You got to have these things to create some order so that you can have time for you in between there. Kids at some point got to get down so that mom and dad can have their time, or just mom or just dad, or whatever your household look like. But if there's no real structure, no real order, then everything is just everywhere. So creating structure is a good thing that will help you to get a little bit of rest in between. But another thing is when you hear the words peace, it's so hard to come to a place of peace when everything just seems like it's in shambles. And it's like, Lord, how? When you got this going on, that coming up, this about to happen, that about to happen. Or it seems like you just, every time you turn around, you see just news, and it just make you not want to turn around. Every time you turn around, it's something. Well, stop turning around. It's time to figure out a new method. Yesterday, what was yesterday? Sunday, y'all. I went down for the count Saturday. Sunday, I was in the bed all day. All day. It was bad. It was bad. Saturday into Sunday. And it was like, I feel like that's when I heard more from the good Lord himself, because now you can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. You are at a place where you have to be still. And I feel like he just allows certain things to happen. So now I can get to you. Now you can hear what I'm saying. And so yesterday my phone was off by choice because I was so sick. Like I knew my bill was coming up and I was supposed to pay that, but I didn't think about it. I really didn't care. And so yesterday, when my phone got the notification, it was like, restore your service. Restore your service. I was like, As sick in my body as I was like, I don't want nobody to call me, don't text me. I can't even talk to what I'm gonna restore service for when I can't even talk, I can't even get out of bed, I am weak in my body. So I did not turn it on because I didn't want to hear my phone ring. I was like, I am sick. I am down bad. Like I am down. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to deal. And there was a couple people that couldn't reach me by phone. And so they hit me, Facebook, Messenger. One person sent a screenshot like, this is the message I'm getting when I try to reach out. Because they're not used to seeing that. Because for the most part, my phone going to be off. Come on, I'm busy. I got a lot going on. But yesterday, I did not care. I was like, why am I going to turn my phone on for a day I'm not talking? It felt so good. Then that's when it hit me. Tia, I'm not saying, let your phone be off, but maybe power it down, power it off. We had so many appointments. Like, we got 5 kids, and how everybody got to get appointments and things to go to school. You got to get your dentist appointments. My oldest, took her in, get her physical and stuff so that she could be able to do her sport, a healthy women's checkup because she's 18. So things like that. And then I got a 5th grader and a 1st grader who had to have dental appointments, who had to get physicals. And it's like, I try to schedule 2 and 3 kids at one time so I'm not ripping it. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to the busy moms, busy dads. We had like 2 dental appointments in one day, 2 physicals on another day, 2 this on that day, 2 these on these days. And it's like, you get tired. You don't have time sometimes for people outside of your house because your inside is so busy. Your mental, again, being a caregiver for my mom, her power of attorney, I take care of all her paperwork. I handle everything for my mom. And I'm proud to be in the position to be loved and trusted enough to be the one to handle these things. But it's like, the following up with the doctors and making sure she has her appointments and making sure, what I'm saying? Like, good grief and good morning. Well, it's like, okay, that is your life. Some people don't have any of those things to juggle. And some people can just wake up and literally choose to do what they want to do. Me, my husband, our life revolves around our children, our family. They are busy as all get out. We be tired. Tell them again, baby. We be tired. And I thank God for Wayne know why, because he be thugging it out too. Like, we both be in this mug, tag team and tired. We got our kids all the time, every day. Shout out to my sister Sherry. She's not on. Maybe she is, but I can't see who's on. I can only see comments. But a couple of days ago, she picked our daughters, Dior and Divine, up, and she took them to just go eat some breakfast. She took them off our hands. That's the type of stuff that don't happen. We have our kids all the time, and I'm grateful for that. I'm not complaining. My mother used to be that grandma who would bring them kids over here, like, bring my babies. She watching them, reading story time. She decorated her whole kitchen to look like a classroom dedicated for the little ones. She's that if you know my mom, you know what I'm talking about. And then once she started her health declining with the strokes and things that she had, it's like then things changed. And now, we don't have her to just drop the kids off, bring my babies. And so we thug it out. And so anytime that we have good morning, yes, tired, okay, come on, somebody. And so when we have friends, because when we have friends that say, hey, I will take your kids to the park, like anything like that. Shout out to my sister Shauna. That's something that she used to do for us sometimes. Hey, they can ride with me to the park. And it just takes them off of us for a little while. We don't have, people that, hey, we're going to drop all of them off. Like, that's fine. I'm not complaining. But I feel like all parents deserve breaks. I feel like all parents should be able to get away from the kids for a little bit, and even the kids get away from the parents. Spend some time with your cousins or your uncles or your aunties. But in our case, like, we all we got. So our friends that come together and be like, hey, I'll take them, like, we appreciate y'all. Like, that's what village is. And we appreciate y'all, but we be so burnt out some days. We can't even do nothing. Like, we just be so tired. We can't do nothing other than what the household requires. I know people look at it like, oh, some people look at it's a woman's job to wash clothes and to clean and to cook. And I just shout my husband out because he cooks. I be tired sometimes and he'll cook. When it comes to clothes, are you kidding me? All of us have clothes that got to be washed. It's 7 people in my house. And then I include my mom too, because I wash a lot of her clothes. Washing loads of clothes for 7 to 8 people. If everybody has a couple of loads, that's 14. You're looking at 14, 15 loads of clothes. My husband don't look at me like, you want to get in there and get them clothes done. He don't look at it like, when are you going to wash? We have so many children and the laundry piles. He helps with that. Baby, I threw a few loads in when you were asleep, or I'm about to go. Like, and I thank God, because I'd be like, man, I wouldn't know what to do without your help and your love. I ain't gonna say I wouldn't know what to do. I would have to do it. But I'll just say that I thank you for being the helpmate you are, because you be tired and you still do. And I be tired, but I still do. And we be tag teaming tired, but we still do. And I'm so grateful for the rest. And so when I thought about, again, how God rested on that 7th day, again, to admire the work, not because he was woe out. Sometimes, y'all, we got to take a step back and admire before we get worn out. Admire the work. Sit back. And that's okay to not be involved or to not go somewhere or to miss something. We missed several things. And I did start feeling bad, because you want people to know that you support them. You want them to see your face. You want them to see that you're showing up. But you better show up for yourself as well in the midst of showing up. And that's, I feel like, was the message for me, Tia. Show up for yourself more. I can be working on self-care more. I be lacking in that department sometimes. Dude, I still do little things, like I enjoy a cup of coffee and to just have some time to myself. But there's more that I could do. I could be exercising more. I could be praying more, or journaling more. I could be walking more. I can be doing other things for myself to make sure I'm having a good, healthy lifestyle, and I'm taking time with me. I'm so dope. This is what you got to start telling yourself. Like, I'm so dope. I don't want to be stretched out in a bed lifeless. I always want to have life in me. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a caregiver. So I have to make sure I'm working on then a healthy balance, taking time for myself. Y'all, who out there needs to take a little more time for yourself? Because self-care is not selfish, even though it feels like it sometimes. Self-care be feeling a little selfish sometimes, but it shouldn't have to. And I feel like self-care got to be broken down more than you having to spend money on yourself. Self-care is literally like just spending time with yourself. It costs you nothing to walk around the block once or twice. It costs you nothing to just put some headphones on and zone out or tune out. That's self-care. Some people think self-care is, going to get your hair done, going to get your nails done, going to get a pedicure. That is definitely a form of self-care. But then it's discouraging if you don't have the money to do that. What if you want to go do that, but you don't have the funds? Does that mean now I can't practice self-care because I don't have money? No. That's not what it means. But self-care is spend some time with yourself and love on you and be present with you. Like I was laying in that bed sick, y'all, and I was like, Lord, help me to take care of myself better. I don't want to be tapped out. I want to replenish before the tapping out. I don't want to have to be tapped out. Now I got to refuel. Like I want to refuel before I'm tapped out, Lord. Like I don't want my cup to be empty. I always want something to be in there. You have to schedule downtime. If you don't rest, your body will make you do it. And that's exactly what it did. Good grief and good morning to glory. I did not schedule the downtime. I didn't. And my body definitely sat me down, and I did not like that at all. I did not like it at all. I was praying and asking God to have mercy because I was feeling so weak in my body and so down and so hurt. And I was like, Lord, what is all of this? So much stuff started coming to me. And then it hit me. You know, you're still grieving. You know, I'm handling some affairs and things with different things, you know, legalities and stuff. You know, my daddy, I sued the mess out of that. Talk about that another time when the documentary drops. But all that is mentally draining. And I did not schedule downtime. I just do, or, you know, whatever. And then I crashed out and I burned out. And I started saying, man, look, I'm going to look at my calendar. I have a lot of things coming up. There's events and stuff. If it's already on my calendar, it's safe. I'm going to fulfill my obligations. But my family is growing. Things are happening. Transitions are being made. And I have to just schedule more me time and family time. It's just so much coming up. If it's on my calendar, it's safe. If it ain't on my calendar, I don't know. If the Lord's will is for it to happen, it'll happen. We'll see. I'm not making no promises because I want to dedicate more time to myself and my family. And that's what's most important. When you think about everything that's going on in the world, y'all, the world is getting crazy. It's already been crazy. But the world is getting crazier. Folks are losing their mind over the smallest things. Folks are out here angry and enraged and hurt people. People out here doing some crazy things. Car crashes. And I saw on the Lake County scanner, a woman was robbed at gunpoint coming out of a church. Robbed and carjacked coming out of a church here in Zion. And it's like, the devil ain't scared. He will rob you at gunpoint in front of the church. And if that don't make you feel like I need to get myself in check and get closer to him and forget about stuff that really don't make no sense and really, really get myself together, then I don't know what to tell you. Good grief and good morning. To my sister Sherry, good morning, sis. I tuned in at 10, but you hadn't started yet. She put me out there that I was late. I tuned in at 10, but you hadn't started yet. You see how she put me out there like that, y'all? I know I didn't start at 10. I started at 10:11. But she had to let y'all know. Good grief and good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all, this is who I was talking about that I said she slid on my daughters, Dior and Divine, and took them out for breakfast. And that was a huge blessing for us just to get them out the house for a little while, y'all. Like, my kids were so happy. They was like, and mom, and then she said that we can, all right, man, they had a good time. My babies came back like, mom, we're going to have a sleepover. Do what we going to do. She said, it was like on fire, and it felt so good because they don't be getting out much if it ain't with, by me or her father. Like I was just telling y'all, like we got our babies all the time, every day. And when our friends, that's who our village is. When our friends come and just be like, hey, I'll take them. Like, y'all don't know how grateful we be. We be so grateful. Yes. Take them out to eat for a second. Yes. Yes. Like I said, with my girl Shauna, take the kids to the park. Yes. Take them. She said, I'm sorry, sis. My bad. That's okay, sis. You be on time. If there's one thing about Sherry, y'all, she is on time. And I'm trying to get there. Amen. I'm trying to get like that. My bad, sis. I know you was on time because you're always on time, and I be late. And I'm working on it. God is still working on me. And I feel like if you can touch and agree, you touch and agree with me, I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be better. I got to be better. Cause y'all, I love y'all. And when y'all be tuning in and things like that, and I don't want y'all to be waiting on me. So it's really on me. I need to talk about myself. Why I tried to put you out there. I need to talk about I started late. I should have been on time for those who tuned in. But I thank y'all for tuning in now. We about to wrap this thing up, but I was just making sure that y'all understood that rest really is important. And I crashed and I burned and it hurted bad. And I told God to help me because I don't want this to happen again. I want to prioritize my life and I want to prioritize things better and I want to delegate more and I want to do some things differently. I don't want to tap out like that. Mentally, I was drained and exhausted. Physically, I was drained and I was exhausted. Emotionally, so many things are happening and I just need time to take it all in. You know, sometimes you just want to keep yourself busy and you got to stay busy. And I've been busy. It's okay to not be busy sometimes. It really is okay. And so that's why I'm going to stick to my obligations. But I definitely need more me time, especially with my oldest leaving, y'all. Like, I'm really going through a thing. Like, she's really been cleaning her room out and getting things together. And it's just so emotional. Like, that's my friend. I know they be like, your kids ain't your little friend. She's 18 and moving on. She's not my little friend. But she like I said, we grew up together. I'm really going through a thing. That's my girl. And that's why I can't wait to have her on the Good Grief Morning Show, because I want to talk to her before, on a public scale like this, before she leaves. And I asked her if she would do it, and she's down. So y'all be on the lookout for her. But I'm going to end it there. I have nothing else other than get you some rest. Your body will sit you down. You will start feeling all type of things, and your body will give you these warnings, and then you just ignore it. Like, why are you ignoring the signs? Even something as simple as a headache. Because it started off, I had a little headache. My husband like, you want to take a little Tylenol? I'm like, nah, it ain't that bad. I'll be all right. It started there. But, you keep going. You start ignoring the signs. You are so important. Do not ignore you. And show up for you. And that's what I have to do more in this season. I'm going to show up a little more, prioritize a little more, but I'm going to rest. And then he got that scripture, don't be anxious about anything, but in every situation you pray. And I've been very anxious about a lot of different things too. Very anxious. I'm not going to speak anxiety over myself, but I be having anxiety. I be having it sometimes, I be having it. I ain't on no medicine for nothing, nothing like that. But that anxiety get to kicking in and you feel so helpless. Like your body takes over and does its thing. And you're not like in control. Sometimes we don't realize how much God loves us to carry everything for us. We don't have to do it all. And we don't. But we be leaning into our own understanding and we mess ourselves up every time by doing that. And that's what I asked God to help me with from yesterday when I felt like I said, it started Saturday. I was down for the count all day yesterday. But in the midnight hour, in the wee morning hour, I said, Lord, I don't want to do it this way. This is not the way that I want to do it. I want to do it more your way, because my way sucks. My way is not it. Like, I don't want to do it my way. And I need you to help me take the reins. Like, but I'd be feeling like God, be like, what do you mean help you? I said, give it to me. So what do you mean help? Like, give it to me and I'm going to take it. But I think we be wanting him to take it from us. But he said, give it to me. Come to me with it and I'm going to take it. But we be wanting him to come to us and take it. That's what I be thinking. That's what I think. Like, we be wanting him to do the work that he want us to do. I think that's where I'm going to end it at. He be wanting us to do things, and then we want him to do things, and then it contradicts because he said what he said already. If he already said what he said, then you going to come back with what you said. And I just want you to know what he said holds more weight. Put the work in. And don't be so comfortable in what you're doing to the point where it take you out. I literally thought, I was like, Lord, I'm about to meet my heavenly Father and the earthly Father he blessed me with, because I feel so weak. I was like, Lord, please, Lord, I don't want to feel this way. I do not want to feel this way. Everything came crashing. Emotional, physical, mental, just everything. And I was like, there is a better way. You worrying about stuff that you ain't got to worry about, you really don't have to worry about. But because, like I said, y'all, I'm a calculator. I got to add it up. It got to make sense. I got to plan it out. I got to be in control. Even when it comes to my job, hopefully ain't no co-workers watching right now. But I've been struggling with this thing, and to stay or leave, and to stay or leave. And I just want to jump out on crazy faith, but the security of knowing you have a good job, you got good benefits, you got good pay. And then the fear of leaving all of that. I've been asking God, help me, Lord, because I'm struggling. My job is really, I'm tapped out. I'm tapped. And I just want to have crazy faith where I don't know how it's going to happen, but I just know it's going to happen. I'm going to just jump out there on faith, because so many things we are holding on to because we're trying to figure it out. And I don't want to figure it out. I don't care if God said give it to him and he's going to figure it out. I just want to throw it to him then at this point. Let me throw it to you, because I don't want it anymore. I don't want it. So that's what I'm working on from today on, because I'm feeling much better. I did need that day and a half. When I tell y'all I didn't have to lift a finger, when I say my husband and my daughter, they just took care of everything. My kids, the big kid, everybody just let mommy rest. That really could have been happening. Why did I have to wait until I'm crashed for mommy to rest like this? I could have been did this, because they survived and everybody was just fine. Then you start thinking like, man, you think you got to do all this. You don't. You can schedule some time. So good grief and good morning. This week, again, y'all, we're going to work on just giving it to God and not waiting on him to take it from us. Okay? He said, give it to me, then let's give it. Let's not sit around and wait on him to come swoop in like Superman and take something away. We need to work on coming to him and giving it to him and letting it go. But that's hard. But you could do it, because I'm doing it. Because I'm not finna go through what I went through, y'all. I'm not finna go through that. I'm done. I'm going to follow through with my commitments. I'm going to refocus what's been focused. I'm going to plan. I'm a G. You know what I'm saying? GD, God's disciple. God's disciple to the world below. I've been there. And if there's one thing I know, proper preparation prevents poor performance. And I ain't been properly preparing. And so that's my own fault. I got to take it back to home. I got to take it back, y'all. Good grief. Good morning. I love you too. Great show. Amen. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. Wayne, know why. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for holding this house down. I have a busy house, and when I tell y'all, I didn't lift a finger. My husband ran to the stove. He got all the stuff that's needed. He got me some food, a chicken noodle soup. I mean, he really held it down. He changed the boys. I didn't change a pull up yesterday. I didn't. I didn't have to. I didn't do. I did nothing. He's able. You made me think of that old song. I didn't have to do nothing. And I appreciate you because I know you tired too. And so what we have to do is when one is depleted, the other one step in and help. And then when that other one get depleted, the other one step in and help. But we are going to release some things so that we don't get to that point. And so I thank y'all for tuning in. Good grief. Good morning. Are you following the page? Have you liked the page? We are going to rest in this season. We're not going to crash out. There's too much going on, too much coming up. We got babies going back to school, y'all. We got all type of stuff. We got to stay focused. We got to be replenished. Okay. So good grief. Good morning. And that's all I got for y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the joke. Miss Illinois. Brand new flavor in here. Good grief, if you will.
When I wake in the morning, gotta send a prayer up. It's a blessing just to be here. No, I don't believe in luck. New house, new whip, newborn, that's kill. 5 kids, 3 in school. Without God, I'll be a fool. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying that it costs to be the boss. Sip my coffee, put my feet up, do some projects and get lost. Life is a gift, and I'm just trying to live and laugh and love and learn and forget. Hey, to the pip house. Good grief, y'all, and good morning.
All right, y'all. Good grief. Good morning and goodbye.